I will pray for you, but if you get on my nerve, I will cuss you smooth out. My mouth ain't under control yet, and I can throw these hands. And let me tell you something, if I get my hands on you, I promise you, you gonna know you've been in a fight. But I'm trying not to go there because I'm in transition.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And I hope all of these women here on this thumbnail are in transition to have a better, a more heartfelt 2026. Because, honey, when I tell you reality television, I don't know, y'all. It's kind of getting out of control, but in a good way, because we love Bravo, right? And we're going to talk about the Bravo tea. But before we get into it, I just want to wish you all a pre-happy new year. I hope you got big plans for tonight, not necessarily partying per se, but I just hope that you plan on having it your way tonight. I know I am. I know I am. I don't know what everybody got going on. I don't know if people like on here like to party or if y'all are, kind of having celebrations at home. I like doing a New Year's for me at midnight. Let me tell you what I've done in the past. In the past, I've made breakfast at midnight. Oh my God, I've been doing it for years. That's what I've done in the past. Okay. I've done breakfast when the clock strikes 11:30, 11:45. In the past, I've done steak and eggs, bacon, eggs, look, waffles, pancakes, fruit, mimosas. And that's typically how I've celebrated New Year's Eve in the past. So I know y'all got some good stuff going on. I can only imagine. But yeah, enjoy yourselves. Enjoy yourselves and happy new year to everybody. That's all I got to say about that. Y'all, I want to talk about Ashley. We're going to talk about Ashley Darby sleeping with her castmate's son. Ashley also got back with Josh. You know, the white guy that she broke up with on camera, humiliated him on camera in front of everybody, utilized him. He thought he was going on a date to Dave and Buster's or wherever they went to have a good time, have a couple of cocktails, only for her to tell him he wasn't man enough for her and then walk him out. Let him walk out alone. I don't like that type of I don't like that type of behavior because I don't feel like you have to go that low for a moment. And if I were Josh, girl, bye. Girl, bye. I would never, ever speak to you again. You only get one chance to play in my face and you're out of here. I don't care how severe it is or isn't. You get one chance. And the fact that the fact that you trying me, because see, it's some people that'll come at you slow to try to kill you softly, kill your self-esteem softly, and you trying to kill that boy softly. You playing with him. Y'all don't let people play with you, even when they try you. Sometimes you got to get them up out of there because you try me. You trying to see. You're trying to size me up and see how far you can go. Because if you were truly on the up and up, you wouldn't even have to size me up. What you going there for? And I feel like that was low vibrational. I feel like it's hoe activity and hoe behavior. But we always say hoes do hoe shit. So I am not shocked. I am not shocked that Ashley had the freaking audacity. I don't even care, to be honest with you, that she slept with Charrisse's son. Because at the end of the day, those are two grown-ups. That's not what got me. Girl, what gave me the motherfucking pause of it all, the pause of it all, is you wanted a moment out of it. And you brought it on national television, and you are a mother of two young boys. And listen, I ain't even supposed to be going in like this, right? And I'm not going in. This is just like I talk. Like I'm talking to y'all like I would be talking to my friends. Okay. If we're talking about a show, we just talk, honey. And I just feel like we can do that in the palace. So I'm just going to pretend that I'm talking to y'all like I would talk to anybody else in my house. Okay. Give me a second to get into character. Give me a second to get into character. Okay, here I go. What surprises me the most, and I shouldn't be shocked, but I think I was, and I'm talking to y'all like if I'm in my house. See, I expected more from a mixed breed. I know. I expected more. Because a lot of times in society, they put them on the higher level. Men will tell you they picked them because, they're more beautiful than the darkies like us, and they're just as close as to white as they can get. So they are the preferred choice when it comes to women being exotic because of this and this and y'all do this. And Y'all too hard and they are like this and they are like that. Okay, cool. We gonna buy into it. And let's just say I bought into it for the first few seasons. But now that I know what I know, no. Michael Darby, everybody keeps saying that Ashley was Michael's beard and his covering. I'm going to say he was hers. Yes. He was hers because I did not know how much of a filthy wench you really are to talk and listen. It's just something that ain't right about her box and her whole activities. It's just something that just completely throw it off. And I don't mind if you're going to be a hoe, but stand on your own two hoe feet. You get what I'm saying? Why you gotta out everybody else? Why you gotta drag everybody else into the equation? Maybe that young man didn't want people to know he hit you. Maybe he didn't want his mammy, his mama to know that. And here you are running your damn mouth, talking all of that man's business. Ashley is disgusting to me. And not because she's exercising her sexual liberation, Amber Rose. I get it that we're not going to slut shame and all of that. That's true. But girl, is there anything that you would not do? I want her off the show, Bravo. I'm talking like I'm in my house. I want her fucking off the show. It's almost like you a dog, a stray dog. You can't control yourself. And it's something off about it's just something off about Ashley to me. Ashley seems to partake and enjoy partaking in embarrassing people, whether it's her sister, her mama, Stacy, or anybody else. She get a kick out of embarrassing people. Like she tried to, and Jazzy, if you take it, that's on you. I can't stand weak bitches. But Jazzy, if you take it, you ain't had no problem with Stacy until Ashley got in your fucking ear. And if you're that weak, I hope Stacy pays you dust. Because here's the thing, you and Stacy are not best friends. And maybe she was contemplating not going to your wedding by herself. Y'all ain't best friends. Y'all are co-workers. It happens all the time. Whatever happened to people having common sense and saying, you know what, I can see her contemplating not going, not wanting to be there by herself at a wedding in Dallas, Texas, considering the cost that she could be doing other shit, like working on her marriage, tending to her child. Is it really worth it for me to pay the flight, get a hotel, round trip, this, leave Bella at home? Yeah. That's perfectly normal. Y'all are not best friends. And not only that, Jazzy, you was looking for a moment too. You knew by having the cast there, it would get you television time. So what the fuck are you mad at? Because another grown woman had to pause to kind of weigh the pros and the cons. That's grown woman shit. Yeah, I'm not sure. Hey, y'all, are you going to Ashley's thing? I don't know. Queen Shiba, you going? Probably not. I'm probably leaning into not going. I got a lot of stuff going on. But shit, guess what? When I find out that Linda Gamble is going and the Somali Queen is going and Desira is going and Toot is going, you know what? I think I can move some shit around. Yeah, I'll go. Shit, if y'all going, because you know why? I didn't want to be by myself down there in Dallas, Texas, and this and this and that. But if y'all are going, it could be worth my while. That is perfectly normal. And you did not have a problem with her until Ashley got in your ear. Can't nobody get in my ear about nobody. The only way somebody can get in your ear about somebody is if you looking for a problem. Because you see and hear what you want to see and hear. I remember somebody told me, oh, you need to watch so-and-so. Why? Because they A, B, C, D. I said, I don't need to watch them. I'm good with her. That ain't my friend. That's so-and-so's friend. She's an associate to me. So anything that she's done to her ain't gonna bother me because I don't have that kind of relationship with her like that. You see how you do that? And now Jazzy has a problem with Stacy because of Ashley. I think Ashley has a problem with clean women. And by clean women, I mean Stacy is the epitome of a housewife. Stacy told, and Tia, oh, I love Tia. I'm gonna save it for I gotta save. I'm gonna try to save my commentary for when I do my Real Housewives of Potomac review. But I'm gonna say something. Stacey's family is the shit. Stay them girls, baby. I love them girls. Those girls are not only are they drop dead gorgeous. Listen, if Bravo gives Tia, not am I saying Stacey? I meant to say Tia. Tia, Bravo, you got something. And you may not see it, but I can see it. Give Tia in a couple of years, if she's still standing, she could probably have her own show. Her girls could run circle around the Judice girls. They got personality. I like the boy. He has personality. When his mama was getting on him at the table, he said, well, can we focus on what I did right this week? Listen, I love kids like that. She goes, well, what'd you do? He said, I put up the Doritos. I put up the Doritos, mama. Y'all, that's a big deal. That's a big deal, because you got to stay on boys sometimes to pick up behind themselves. That boy said, I put up the Doritos. How come we not focus on my huge win? And I think her girls are sassy. They have a pizzazz about them. The other one, the 14-year-old is on punishment. You get what I'm saying? The dad has the right amount of tenderness towards them. Tia is the enforcer. I want to see more of them. They have freaking personalities and they are drop dead gorgeous. So Tia, you ain't got to do all of that. You come as a full package as a housewife and you probably don't even know it yet. And one thing I like about Tia, she's naturally beautiful. Don't do nothing to your body. You look just like a housewife. You're curvy and round in all the right places. You ain't got to go get snatched. You represent the average woman in a house. Your kids represent what people's real lives are like, where you got to sit them down and say, I'm tired of y'all throwing shit on the floor. You gonna pick it up. It's just something about them. I would love to see more of them. But back to Ashley's old trifling raggedy ass. Ashley is a huge disappointment to me, and it's hard for me to sit here and say that. Y'all, I used to love me some Ashley, especially when she used to get Candace together. I loved me some Ashley. And ever since Michael Darby has taken his marbles and decided to go play elsewhere, it's like she's exposed to me. That white man really cleaned you up. Y'all say what money don't buy you class? Shit, yes it does.
I heard about you. I was waiting on you at the door.
The Countess lied. Baby, the Countess lied. Because Michael's money cleaned her all the way up. I didn't know Ashley was that loose. I did not know Ashley was that loose, and it's not cute. I should have known, and I ain't trying to be funny. I ain't gonna. Well, I should have known by the way she be guzzling down those Coronas. Hold on, what'd you say? You say why Ashley was trash. Why? Ashley was trash from day one. See, why can't you say white is right? Because that wasn't my thought. Those are your thoughts, not mine. Hello? That ain't my thought. Those are your thoughts. You look, just chilling. You say what the hell you gotta say, and let me say what I gotta say. That ain't my damn thought. I'm up here telling you what's in my head. Listen, I'm telling you what's in my head, child. But anywho, Ashley was disgusting. She is disgusting. And that boy don't even seem like, I'm sorry, Charrisse. It's giving Benzino and Bobby Valentino. Child, let me go to commercial before I get myself in trouble.
Wow.
I'm just saying. You said just chilling, just chill. Don't be all uncool. Just be cool. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna drop the link for you. I love a shit talking motherfucker that comes in my chat. Come on, you gonna try to force me into saying some shit that you want me to say. Come up here and say it. I'm gonna let you say what you want to say. Don't focus on me. Focus on the content. Don't focus on controlling me. Get your mind off of me. That's how people get in trouble when they start focusing on me and I fight back. Oh, you cool? Okay, I'm cool too. All right. Everybody cool. Everybody cool, y'all. All right, that's all we got for that. We cool. We gonna have a good time. We gonna do charcuterie boards tonight, right? Just chilling. We just gonna chill tonight. We gonna have a little bit of champagne. See, everybody cool. Don't be all uncool. Just be cool. I'm like the countess. Just be cool. Y'all, let's get into this with Ashley messing around with that lady's son. And like I said, that's not the point of contention for me. She can do what she want to do, but you sloppy. You a raggedy ass sloppy broad. And I don't like it. Hold on. Let's get now, Charrisse, I'm gonna have to keep it real. Cause I kind of feel like you're pussyfooting around how you really felt. You didn't take up issue with it until you got in the chat and you started to see the comments. Stand on business. If it don't bother you, it don't bother you. Don't look for a moment. I think this is what I think with Charrisse. Charrisse, this is why I say you keep saying you don't need the show, but you kind of do. Because you took the opportunity to clap back when your initial reaction was cool. When your initial reaction was cool. And now I think you probably saw a small space of opportunity. Like, wait a minute. I might be able to take this and run with it. Because everybody's curious. They want to know what I think was shit. Hello. When opportunity knocks, I guess I'll seize it. I'm going to go sit down with Carlos King and seize it. But not only that, maybe Bravo will bring me back. Maybe Bravo will give me a little run at Ashley. And that's why I don't respect you, because you didn't have a problem with it, girl. Just say they grown. And now you switching all up because you think you have an opportunity. We don't want to see you neither on Bravo. I think you're boring. And I'm not attacked. Y'all, that's just how I need to work on my no, I don't need to work on my tone. That's just how I talk. Let me see which one I want to start with. I think Charrisse is boring, and not because of her age, because Karen is not boring to me. You get what I'm saying? Hold on. But Charrisse, yeah, you kind of like looking for a moment. Your son is a big grown boy. Now, here we go. Let me know when you can see the screen. And we're going to review this thing in real time. All right. Let's go with Charrisse and Carlos first, and then we're going to jump back to Ashley. Where is it at, child? Here we go.
See a lot of discourse about me.
Ashley has been lying for 10 years. So when she's saying this to me, I'm honestly waiting for the prank, or I did not believe her. And in my head, I'm thinking, I know she is not that desperate for a storyline, that she's bringing my son into this. For the record, my friends, none of them would ever do such a thing. The way that I grew up, when your friends' kids become your kids, you know what I'm saying? No matter what the age is, they become your kids. And so to be interested in your friend's kid that you now consider like a brother or nephew, it's ancestral to me. Part of me wants so bad to believe that this is just another stunt of hers and that it's not true. But, you know, I was talking to Robin the other day and she said, well, don't be naive, Charrisse. Don't be naive, you know, because
does Robin think it's true?
Well, yeah, of course she does. Probably talk to Giselle. That's where Robin would know her information from.
If the roles were reversed, that if a man was friends with a guy and his daughter was 15 when he met her and
Right.
they started kissing her at 25 and he's 35, a lot of people would not have this the same reaction they're having with Ashley and Jackson. Would you say that there is this double standard when it comes to that.
Absolutely. If a 30 or older, 10-year-older guy came on to one, Ashley has.
No, they wouldn't. They're just 10 years apart, right? So, I mean, let me ask y'all. Yeah, I think Carlos makes a good point. Would you all have a different reaction if it was, but see, Carlos, you can't use that as okay, we can't even use that as an example. This is the Housewives. So we don't have a show called The House Husbands. But what do y'all think? You can't even use, this is a woman's show. So why are we plugging an example of a man? But I get what he's saying. It's just, it just doesn't apply here because a man wouldn't have an opportunity to come on the show and say that he slept with one of his castmates' daughters because we don't have a house husband's show. SM Butterfly said, and if it were an issue, Charrisse should have voiced it initially. Ashley was never her friend, just merely an acquaintance. Truth be told, Giselle and Robin thinks Ashley is trash, in my opinion. Okay, Fruit Gummy says it's not the age, it's who he was, your friend's kid. Yeah, I don't think, he's legal. Ashley's not. I wish, Carlos, I understand the example you're trying to implement. I get it. But I wish you would have cleaned it up a little bit because they're both legal. It's not a huge age difference. And like Fruit Gummy said, that's her friend's kid. Yeah, it would be gross if two men were buddies and his homeboy slept with his daughter. Ew, that's gross, right? So it's not the age. I think it's the proximity of the relationship is what you mean. I don't know. What do y'all think? Yeah, he wanted it. It started off with a kiss. It started off with a kiss. I mean, Fruit Gummy saying this issue is morals and boundaries. Well, hoes don't have morals and boundaries because hoes do hoe shit. So let's get into it.
He has been lying for 10 years. So when she's saying this to me, I'm honestly waiting for
You a lie. I don't believe you. Use a lie. Like the old folks say, use a lie and use another one. Baby, that's how they used to go back and forth in the day. Use a lie and use another one. Am I lying, y'all, in the South? Let me tell you why use a lie. Use a lie because you brought your son to a scene, to the barbecue party, after Ashley told you she slept with him. So use a lie. Now, and here's why I know she's a lie. Use a lie. Because when Ashley told you the cameras were rolling, have you noticed like the past 2 seasons, they've been slowly I think they've been trying to socialize. In corporate America, when you socialize something, we call it shop around. They've been slowly shopping around Charrisse, right? While Karen was in jail and all of this. They've been shopping her around because you would they're trying to see if they can plug and play her, plug her into Karen's position. No, you can't. Take her ass right back out because use a lie. You sat down with Ashley and Giselle at dinner with the cameras rolling. Ashley told you that she don't see nothing wrong with a little bump and grind. And you laughed and you was cool, mama. And then you brought your son to the cowboy barbecue party to get more camera time. Use a lie. And the reason why you did it is because y'all were actively filming, right? Watch this. When you're actively filming, you don't know what scenes are going to make the cut. So you double down, lying ass Charrisse. You double down by bringing your son to a scene just to ensure that if Bravo wants to plug you in, that you get a spot at the table. That's how I know use a lie. Use a lie. That's it. That's all. Girl, you in this, you're an opportunist. You would love. What do Potomac have? I know Atlanta has the peaches. Beverly Hills have the, Orange County have the oranges. What do they have? Whatever they have, you want it. And don't tell us nothing about Robin Dixon. We don't want to hear it. Robin is just as boring. And Robin, you know I ain't got no problem with you. That's my soror. That's my soror. But Robin is just as boring. Cherry blossoms, like the one in Toya's closet. We gonna move on in a minute. Yes, like the one in Toya's closet. Clock that T. You want a cherry blossom. They say flutes. Dear said cherry blossom. Okay. And that's why you brought your son. So don't be talking about Ashley is a liar. When it was cool and you thought you were gonna make the cut, you was with the shits. And now you backtracking as if you don't like it.
The prank, or I did not believe her. And
you a lie.
in my head, I'm thinking, I know she is not that desperate for a storyline.
But you were, because you brought your son. Y'all, do you see what I'm saying? The shit talking. Both of y'all are that desperate. Let me get a buddy.
She's bringing my son into this, for the record.
Your son is a grown man. That's not a child. And that's the problem with a lot of y'all. Y'all be coddling. That's a grown ass boy. You hold on. I'm finna send this. Watch this. Hold on. That's a grown man. Why you act like she doing something to him that he didn't want her to do? He wanted that good.
My friends, none of them would ever do such a thing. The way that I grew up, you
don't know what the hell they would do. Let me tell you why. Ashley just talks too damn much. I have a friend, and he told me a long time ago, he said that he slept. This man is older than he was just saying, he said, you women really think y'all know each other. And I was like, why you say that, friend? He's like, I remember when my mama would sit around and I was 16, 17 and talk about how her son would never. He said the entire time I was knocking her friends down, knocking them down. I said, I know you fucking lying. He said, no, I'm not. Knocking them down. So you don't know what they would do unless they tell you. You get what I'm saying? That's all. Ashley just talks a lot. That's the only reason you found out. And not only that, if we really gonna talk shit, you didn't even know your son was capable. Somebody rocking, knocking the boots. Hey, I give you.
I heard about you. I was waiting on you at the door.
You didn't even know your sweet boy was about that life. You didn't even know your sweet boy was about that life. Because your friend didn't tell you. Big mouth ass, raggedy ass Ashley told you.
I did share with your mom that you were very sweet that night and drove me home, and then we had a little smooch goodnight.
I'm sorry, what happened? Wait, what happened?
It was just a little smooch goodnight. That's all it was.
No, wait, hold on. That's true? But that's your friend's son.
It was just a little kiss, okay?
A little kiss.
Yes.
That's what it was?
Yes.
None of y'all there ever kiss my kid.
That's not something I would admit to anyone. I would take that to the grave.
Okay, like most of them do, Stacey. When she say, "Oh, my friends would never," girl, you don't know what the hell they would do. You hope they won't.
I don't know if my friend looked like Ashley. I'd be kind of like, get it, boy. Like I am not mad at it. I don't know.
Tia, I love Tia's attitude. Like, hey, shit, he grown. I tell my son, go ahead. If you really want it, all you gotta do is get up on it. I like Tia's attitude.
Ashley's cute. Nobody's safe around Ashley. How's your coochie? How's your young sons? How's your old sons? How's your daddies? I mean, this is Ashley's world and you're just living in it.
I did.
Listen, Ashley. Cut close. But that's it, Charrisse, you're a liar. And your son told you that he did it. So what you mean Ashley's been lying for 10 years and you've been creeping and crawling around the Bravo doorstep for 10 years, hoping hoping that Nettie can stay for a spell. Can Nettie stay for a spell? You want to come back and you're looking for any reason and you're just conjuring up mess out because you could have checked Ashley's ass right then and there when you asked your son if it was true. Why you wait? Why you have a delayed response? That's all I'm saying. Anywho, let's get into, I want to get into Toya. I want to, so that's all we got with Ashley. Oh, well, no. Ashley has something to say. Hold on.
Appreciation of the arts today for me and the little Darby clan. So I just want to take this moment. I don't usually come to social media. It's not my thing. This is not what I have social media for, but there's obviously a lot of discourse about me. I will say that I appreciate people who maintain the same energy that they had during the season and the off season. I find it very odd for people who get all buck when the cameras go down. Very strange behavior to me, number one. Number two, I am a consenting adult, thankfully, consenting, who only engages with other consenting adults. And if we want to get into the nuances of that, that's fine. But consenting adult to consenting adult, always and forever, okay? So that's it, y'all. That's all I'm going to say about the issue right now. I'm not one to engage on social media like that. It's never been my forte.
Use a lie.
I will be perched and ready sitting on the couch at the reunion. I'm happy for anyone else who needs to use this opportunity for their 15 minutes of fame. Love
I'm going to have to agree.
for you to have that. Enjoy that.
That's true now.
I also can acknowledge and take ownership of something that I maybe did wrong in a situation, but what I will not take.
What'd you do wrong now? We listening. Now we listening. I done pulled up a seat. What are you taking ownership of? Well, let me see. Here she come. She's about to accept responsibility.
Ownership of is a false rumor or narrative about me that is completely untrue. I abide by the law. I respect the law. I don't do anything that violates the law, and I'm going to continue that way. So let's not perpetuate that because it's never been true and never will be true. Okay. Appreciation of the arts today for me and the little Darby clan.
I'm waiting for the accountability. Oh, there is none. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to move on. Then. Let's go ahead and move on to Toya. Toya cleared. Toya let y'all know. Because we had a lot to say about Toya. And when we wrong. Right? We did, including me, was running my mouth all loud and wrong about her taking advantage of Dr. Eugene. And she said, hold up. Wait a minute.
Okay, so does it bother you when people say that? Because I've seen that, like, oh, he's got to work so hard because she wants this house and she wants the. I think the people just mad, you know, and I don't know why. Because we as Black women deserve all of that. We deserve a man that's like, I want to take care of you. We deserve to have a man that is intelligent and that is setting the way for our children. You know what I'm saying? He is a great example to follow. And so why are you hating on this man for wanting to spoil his wife? Right. You know what I'm saying? Let's be clear. I make a lot of money and he knows it. You know what I'm saying? I just told him the other day. I said, hey, you should be very happy. You don't.
How much you make, Toya? Girl.
Don't have to pay for any of this. You know what I'm saying? But when I need you to, you can. And I appreciate that. How do you guys split the finances? So let's be clear. That's the first time anyone has ever asked me that question. And so I can appreciate it. Thank you for giving me the floor to tell y'all all about it. Okay. So how we started, I was, when we first married, a pharmaceutical rep, and I only paid for. Okay. So
hold on. Because now I'm interested.
Does it bother you when people say that? Because I've seen that, like, oh, he's got to work so hard. Because
now it loops. Let's go to slide number 2. Give me 1 second.
Okay, so does it bother you when people say that? Because I've seen that, like, oh, he's got to work so hard because she wants this house.
Damn, hold on. I hate when it does that. Let's go.
Okay, so rep, and I only paid for the electrical bill, the cable bill, you know, the small bills. That was like, turn that, you know.
Okay, I'm following. Toya said the Toya I am today was not the Toya that I was when I came into this marriage, and y'all finna get up off of me because I've evolved, and so has my money.
Right, $80. The bill was under $100. That was my bill. Okay, who ordered Netflix? Now it's not like that. Okay, so
I like that though. I'm gonna let it play, but I have to pause it, y'all, because it has to be a transformative conversation. And I like the fact that she said Well, let me let it play.
Pay for my son's tuition, which is about $30,000 per kid. I pay for anything they have to do as far as their clothing. I pay for all of our homes, any down payments for our homes, any furniture. Yeah.
Y'all gonna quit. Well, we all gonna quit playing with Toya.
That's a lot. Yes, but he pays the mortgage. Okay, and but that down payment's a big chunk. Oh, baby. That down payment. I think I misspoke and said 400,000 on ETV, but it was really 600,000. Eugene, he corrected me later. He was like, no. What you put down was 600,000.
This lady put down over $500,000. I'm gonna pause. Over $500,000 on her down payment. You know what? Shit, we owe you an apology.
How did y'all come to that conversation and agreement? When I said we're moving, he said, okay. You're paying for it. Thank you.
But even initially, how did y'all, like, even when y'all were just starting?
When we had built that house, we both loved our first home that we rep, and I only paid for loved our first home that we built, but we didn't know that it wasn't a custom build. So we ended up building the second home in Alpharetta, Georgia. Shout out to Alpharetta. And we're over there and it was great, but you know, I just didn't feel like that was the end all be all. The housing market was booming. And when I tell you, my neighbors were making millions of dollars off old homes. And I was like, well, just think about how much we could make. Right. Ours is only 2 years old. Right. And it was great. And so he was like, as long as you're doing it and it makes sense. And so I was like, well, let me just find something closer to our boys' school, the bus. Loved our first home that we built, but we didn't know that it wasn't.
I freaking love it. And that's why that's why it's good. Like if you get something wrong and you think you know what you don't know about a person, listen, you can always pivot and say, you know what? I'm glad I pulled up a seat myself. So I've always liked Toya. Right? Now I love Toya. I don't always agree with how she gets shit done in her house, but that's her house. That's her damn marriage, right? And it works for them. But now that you know what you know, know. And one thing I love what Toya said was an excellent reminder. Y'all black women y'all got to stop thinking that you don't deserve a good, luxurious life. Y'all got to stop signing up for the struggle. Watch this. She said it.
Okay, so does it bother you when people say that? Because I've seen that, like, oh, he's got to work so hard because she wants this house and she wants the. I think the people just mad, you know, and I don't know why. Because we as Black women deserve all of that.
That's it. We can end right there. She said, don't let people shame you into a corner because your man chooses to do for you, and you got all these Black women yipping and a yapping and a talking and a this and how you running your husband in the ground. But the whole time, what you hoes did not know is I am the breadwinner in this motherfucker. And the reason why we can move is because I was making big moves financially. I saw the blueprint by my neighbors and how they was doing it. I talked to my husband in my house, minding my business. And he said, as long as it makes dollars, then it makes sense. So that's why we were flipping homes and coming in and renovating and putting them hoes back on the market. Because my husband gave me permission. I don't need permission from y'all. I don't have to tell y'all a goddamn thing. That's what Toya said. Because at the end of the day, it's making sense for us. And at the end of the day, I'm living the life that I've been called to live. I'm living purposefully. And not only that, I was able to put my money where my mouth is. And I helped my husband as his helpmate. And I put down over $500,000. Hell, Toya, you got my respect and my admiration. But see, you don't know that when you think you know what you know what you know. Just like we thought we knew, and Funky Dineva thought he knew what he thought he knew about Tamar Mendeezes and sleeping with their latest husband. And the whole time they had been broken up for over a year and never was married. That's all. And Toya said, just because y'all don't know, don't mean it's dysfunctional. That's how we choose to run our motherfucking business and our house. And y'all are mad. And I say, you know what? Let me look at this. And I said, I wasn't mad, but I was concerned for Dr. Eugene, because we assumed that him driving 5 hours away and 5 hours home is because he had to rob Peter to pay Paul. And the entire time, that was a lie. That's a narrative we made up in our fucking heads about this couple, y'all. They have the money. That's why she's saying, what the hell is you doing? We got the money. And I was like, damn, all up in these people business, don't even know the half. And you got people in your business right now making up shit about you, lying on you, don't even know what the hell is going on. And y'all living well and living right. And Toya said, y'all got to stop looking at people and getting mad at people because they live in a life that you wish you had. Even if it makes you uncomfortable. Even if you told yourself, I'm working my husband. He's working his, what is it? I'm working him into an early grave. That's a lie. Because I've always put down the down payment on the mortgage. I say, oh, Lord Jesus. And she said, the only reason why, listen to this, I'm saying this is because you're the first person whom I've sat down with who's ever taken the opportunity to even inquire and ask me about how we divide the finances. Nobody else cares because they too busy thinking they know what the hell they don't know. So I've never bothered to answer. Oh, Toya, you just taught me something. Yes, you just taught me. Let them think whatever they gonna think. It ain't my business. Toya said, it ain't my business to correct y'all. Think what you think. We living good. And Black women, it's okay, she said, to live a good life. It's okay. Stop letting these people shame you into poverty, shame you into being a single mama, shaming you into bending over backwards, shaming you into not asking for a lot when you deserve the world. And baby, when I tell you, the people in the comments, some of them got it, and the other ones didn't. Watch this. Toya just did this entire interview. You have one person that said, yes, I love seeing Black women live in luxury. It's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I also like seeing good, hardworking, decent Black men who are protecting and providing as they should be respected, right? Positive. Watch this other person. This other person says, poor Toya. She misses the point every time. Living a soft life and your husband working extra hard, but coming home to disrespect is not a flex. First of all, Toya did not miss the point. The point is she makes more money than him. He don't have to go that hard in the paint. Now that we know. And that's what I say. Some people, it don't matter what you say. They hear what they want to hear. They see what they want to see, and they understand what they want to understand. If this person who said that was really listening to the interview, now we can sit back and say, now, Dr. Eugene, why are you driving 5 hours away? Hell, we thought, if the truth be told now, based on the limited information we had then versus what we know now, because we, at half the time, women be getting dogged out because of these men. And the men never come in to save the day. See, Dr. Eugene, you could have cleared that shit up long time ago. And you let her catch strays all day, every day. And she never said anything. And the whole time, she's the one paying the mortgage. Y'all have more than enough money. So now that we know today what we didn't know all these years, why are you driving further and further away? That's all I'm saying. Y'all, let me say it again. Why is he driving further and further away? It's not about the money. That's all. Hold on. It says somebody else said it's y'all trying to act nonchalant in the comments, but make Toya the face of doesn't even have a job. That's crazy, right? That's true. They've accused this lady of being a bum, taking advantage of her husband, and the entire time that lady makes enough money to put all of us to shame. Because I don't think it's too many people in the chat that can walk tomorrow, go look for a house and put down over $500,000. Look, that'll get me into my that'll shut me up. That'll shut my ass up. That's all. Now let's Toya, thank you for clearing the air. I thought this was beautiful. Now we're gonna go here to her Entertainment Tonight interview. Toya is a rising star. Toya is a boss. Now that we know what we know, and Toya, let me say this to you. Y'all, you can learn a lot from a lot of people. Had Toya told us the truth when we first started running our mouths, it would have been inappropriate. Because we weren't ready for the truth. We weren't seeking truth. It would have went over our heads. We would have still found a reason to talk shit about her. We still would have found a reason to say, it doesn't matter. You don't disrespect your husband. It doesn't matter. And now we know your disrespect. That's not fair to him. Toya I'm glad Toya operated in her time. And she didn't fight for her worthiness. What I mean by that, shit, think what you want to think. She never came out to clear up shit. And then when the time was right, and when she sat in front of the right people, watch this, strategy, Entertainment Tonight, this interview. Y'all, that has to be, to me, that's like heaven sent. That's like God sent. Why would I waste my voice and my energy on the people seated on the sideline? But when she got in the right rooms, that's when she really shared who she is, the fullness of what she brings to the table in her marriage, to the right people that can really say, damn. Because of that, I'm gonna just say this, because I listen, I'm gonna give props where props is due. I think she's a boss. I think Toya has positioned herself to be the leading lady on this franchise. Because now we know she's a top earner, sounds like. Now let's go to her Entertainment Tonight interview and see what she had to say there.
We've been on the show for 12 years and there has been no secrets. There's for my life and my family. And all of the secrets that we've had or did not want to share was brought out by Heavenly and Quadria Web, And so I was like, well, hey, look at here, tell us more. Let us get to know you, Heavenly. And, as bad as it felt to do it, because it didn't feel good. I just felt like Heavenly has been on the show for 11 years. And I was like, and you haven't shared really any intimate details about your family, your marriage, your children.
Is she lying? She ain't told not one lie.
Anything, but you love to indulge in everybody else's business. And I was like, at this point, we need to know what's going on. Is everything okay? How can we help you? And as you see, as the season goes on, I actually was, very upfront about that. I was like, what do you need from us, your friend group? Because what we don't want to do is find out everything on the internet.
Yeah. Especially when Heavenly weaponizes the internet to expose her castmates. You get what Toya's saying? You knew this was going on in your house. Hell, especially with your son who hasn't spoke to you in over a year. This means while you were filming last season as a full-time cast member, while you were doing Messy Mondays with Carlos King. See, that's why it's easy for people to tear you up when they shit ain't right in their house. So now you understand the snake shit that people can do. You can't tell me you happy and hating at the same time. It don't even make sense in the same breath. Now it gives me a little bit more context to how Heavenly could sit there and come after the people that she's come after Monday after Monday after Monday after Monday. And I wonder if the time her son or if the time period that her son decided he no longer wanted to talk to her or be involved with her as his mother, I wonder if it was along the same time frame when Marquez Burnett went on Carlos King's show and he said, y'all are tearing up families. And then she had an epiphany and she decided, oh shit, I wonder. I don't want to tear up families because my shit is being tore up right now. My son ain't even speaking to me. This is wrong. And I'm sowing seeds of negativity and also chromatic energy that's being returned unto me. Because while I'm laughing at this and this and this and how households falling apart, my shit has felt completely, it's dilapidated. And now you understand why people can be so rude and evil and mean. They ain't got shit else going on. Why would a married woman jump on a podcast on a platform and talk like that? Ain't shit going on. The foundation is rotted, it's raggedy. Whole house just toe up from the inside out. And to me, that's why Heavenly was out there running her mouth against people because her shit was broke. Her household was a mess, infested. Let's continue.
Yeah. That's crazy. You turn around and say, we're your friends. We are with you 6-9 months out the year, and you hold that secret for 2 years. You know, I was like, that's not a good thing.
She's not really held back in her interviews about you as the season has started. Mm-hmm. She's labeled you.
Because she mad. Now that we know what we know, you don't like Toya because of the love and the bounce back ability that Toya has with Dr. Eugene, even when they fall out. You Heavenly recently said, I'm going to go have to find it. When she sat down, I think with Carlos King, that she just be trying to come in the house, but her engagement with the men in her home is completely diabolical. It's dark. It's bullyish. It's effed up. It's jacked up. I'm gonna see if I can find it.
Do the villain, says she wants to fight you.
Yeah.
Where did the two of you net out?
You know, I've always wanted to fight Heavenly too. You know.
Thank you for being honest, Toya, because everybody else will take a seat and try to take the high road. Nah, I want to fight her too.
But we're an adult, you know. That's not what we do. We've been on the show for 12 years, and there has been
oh my God, that was so good, y'all. Did y'all not think that was awesome? That was an awesome clip from Entertainment Tonight. And Toya does keep it real. She said, I want to fight her too. Oh, Lordy. But she used up her one fight with Mariah. Now, let me see if I can find Dr. Heavenly. Maybe I can. Maybe I won't. Let me see what she said about her and her sons. And you lie. Use a lie too, Dr. Heavenly, because you went on, and Toya's right. You don't show your real life. And I'm glad that Bravo demoted you. And for those of you that are not familiar, Bravo demoted her to friend of the show because she violated the contractual agreement, okay, that she had with Bravo. Stop saying some of you, oh, she running for office. She didn't demote herself. She wasn't even aware that there was a clause in her contract where she couldn't run for office. Bravo told her that she had broke the rules. So it's not like she was empowered and she ran for office and said, you know, because of what I'm doing for the community, it's such a priority for me. I don't care about giving up my seat as a full-time cast. No, ma'am. No, ma'am, Miss Pam. That's not what happened. She thought she was bigger than the program and was going to get out there and do what she does. And the legal team from Bravo asked her, and that's why she started filming late, because this was a serious contractual violation. You cannot run for public office and be a freaking housewife, because that puts Bravo at a liability. Politically, business-wise, all of that. Wait a minute. So they had to work with the legal team. And the solution that they came up with is you have to demote her. She has to be a friend of the show. She cannot be a full-time castmate. She fucking outsmarted herself. So now she's stuck with the decision that she's made, and she got to carry it to the finish line. What do you mean? Let me break it down for you. Sometimes we can outsmart ourselves. We think we're bigger than the program. I'm gonna get on here, I'm gonna run my mouth, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna do that. And I think it's great that she's running for the community, but you don't get to have your cake and eat it too. Let me write it in the chat. Because y'all say you can't have your cake and eat it too. No, they say the real phrase is Kate and Edith too, because you're supposed to eat the cake. So she decided to run for public office, which is a good thing, right? But she also decided to be a housewife. And a part of being a housewife, y'all better understand these corporate contracts. You're about to lose your job, and she did. You better understand what you're signing when you walk in these people's offices. Don't nobody give a damn that you forgot about it because they're still going to enforce the rules. And she lost her job. You're about to lose your job. And she got demoted. I mean, she got demoted. And that's what happened. That's what happened. Andy answered that question on Watch What Happens Live a few months ago. Okay. I mean, and I think she's kind of probably like, damn. Because my question is, what happens next? Because see, Bravo never got an opportunity to see what it feels like to lessen her presence. Now they get to. And once you get demoted to a friend of the show, typically, I mean, I see women leave for whatever reasons and come back, but typically you don't come back or you don't really get brought back as a full-timer. So I said that to say she may have outsmarted herself. And I really hope that her running for office, I want to say, works out for her. But you running for office, I don't want to say that I hope it works out for you. I hope it works out for the people, because we should never personalize a public figure and say, oh, I hope they win. I hope the people get the right representative, if that makes sense, whether it's Dr. Heavenly or somebody else. Liza Morlai said, if I'm being honest, this season she's given it. She has to. See, you never know what you have until it's gone. You outsmarted yourself. You thought you was the end all be all. And Bravo really didn't ask you to leave. You outsmarted yourself. That's why I tell people, just sit back. Let them, what I used to say, let them fuck it up. Sometimes you ain't got to do nothing. Let them tear it down. Let them tear it down. She tore down her own opportunity. She made a decision that she has to live with. And I'm not saying it's a bad decision. Some of y'all say, I think it's good that a Black woman is running for office. That's fine. That's fine. And I hope it works out for her, because if it doesn't, she's going to have to work really hard to get back on the show. And the worst thing you can do is leave your gate open for your dog to run out and get a taste of freedom. Now Bravo knows what it feels like not to have you full time. To save a little money by not giving you a full salary, they may decide we don't need you back full time. We like you just where you are as a friend of the show. That's all I'm saying. Brandon said, for those who weren't there the other day when I gave her flowers, Queen used her platform to show up for me. I'm not the kind of person. Oh, you're welcome. I thought you were talking about Dr. Heavenly. I was like, no, you are absolutely welcome. You said, that's what she gets. She was really saying she had a say. And no, she did not. Look, she learned real quick. Ain't it funny how you get to eat your words? Ain't it funny how you eat your words? Especially if you utilize, let's just say she did have a say, right? Let's just say, Bravo favored her opinion. Now, we know who controlled these networks, NBC, blah, blah, blah. Nene thought the same thing. and they busted her balls. Nene thought the same thing. Nene's ego was bruised badly because she said she used to have access. She could pick up the phone and call Andy anytime she got ready. She could pick up the phone and call the NBC's execs anytime she got ready. And I'm sure you could, because you were producing. You were bringing in what? Finances for the network, the same way P. Diddy was bringing in finances for Arista Records. So he got to do whatever he wanted to do until he crossed the line. And they had to let him go. And then he fucked around and found out you're not bigger than a program. So you got to go start your own. Same thing happened with Nene, right? When she started going against the machine. See, the machine is what creates you. They give you I feel like Bravo is probably one of the best networks for Black women who want to be on reality television compared to some of the other networks, WeTV, OWN Network, all of the other ones that depict them in the lowest positions, love after lockup, life after lockup, give them the bare minimum, calling them sister wives, all of that, right? Bravo gonna let you earn your coin. Bravo is going to pay you well. Spinoffs. And Dr. Heavenly may have been asked for her opinion in the past about who should we keep? Who do you feel like would be great? Because Nene got to do that too. Who do you think should come back? Who should not be coming back, right? And then the machine turned on you. Anitra said, wow, that's deep. We just be talking, child. But I'm going to tell you something. We finna get in our bag. Because Sarah's in her motherfucking bag today.
You better get to the bag. Don't let them hoes stop your bag. If you got a problem, just know I'ma make you my man.
Hey. Sarah's in her bag. Thank you, Sarah. Smile 437 in her bag. Listen, Sarah with 100 piece and a pepper. Thank you for coming through, Sarah. Sarah says, blessings for your New York City Palace trip. You deserve it. Listen, thank you. As always, we appreciate your contributions over here. And let me just say this. Every time y'all give, you create space for me to give back to those around me. They'll tell you my moderators are very well taken care of. Very well taken care of. And moderation is not a paid job. These people do this for free. So every time y'all bless me, I, in turn, get a chance to share the fruits of my labor and bless the moderators because they do a fantastic job of keeping this channel protected and filtering out what happens so that you all can come and feel safe and talk your shit in the chat. So we thank you, Sarah. She got that money comes to me, flowing effortlessly. Yes. That's it. So my I don't know. I now I'm gonna go off topic. I do moderation is not a paid job. You know what I'm saying? But when we can, we do over here. All right. So I was talking about Dr. Heavenly. And I kind of feel like she's in a bind. And who was it? Somebody said, Liza Moore said, well, she's doing a hell of a job. She has to. You don't miss what you have. Have you ever broken up with a man or broken up with a woman? And all of a sudden, everybody in the gym, everybody wearing makeup. Now they want to take you out to eat. Now everybody got an ear to listen without yelling and talking. Now all of a sudden, you got some sense. And you really can talk and communicate. That's all you're seeing. That's all you're seeing. Because she don't want to get left behind. And ain't nobody playing with her this season. And they brought in new. What do y'all think about? What do y'all think about Mimi? You think Mimi's a good plug for the show? I think it's too soon. I hope she is, but it's too soon. Hey, Vonda. I think it's too soon to tell. So when you have Angel, you're going to have to step up. You're pretty face, but you ain't really giving. Angel's going to have to step up. Brandy, there's a possibility. Brandy's going to do a really good job. Toya, listen. They slept on Toya. Toya is doing her thing this season. Bravo, give her a raise. Dr. Eugene is doing his thing this season, supporting his wife. We like it. Simone is crumbling. Dr. Jackie is kind of fading into blackness. She's safe, but ain't nobody tuned in for Dr. Well, let me not say that. That's not one of the compelling personalities on the show. Toya is definitely necessary. Did Toya sit down with Carlos King or no? I just had a thought that came through my head and I want to think out loud, but I need to make sure that I get my facts straight. Did Toya sit down with Carlos King? She did, Somali? You said no, or she did, or was it Dr. Heavenly? Can't fill her out. Just Jeanette said she can't fill Mimi out. No, she didn't. But not alone. Because this is the first time we've actually gotten a really up close and personal look at Toya. That's why I'm asking. It's all about who you, man, let me tell you something. It's all about who you get in the room with. This was a great interview with Entertainment Tonight. L'Oreal is out there doing, was it Angela Yee? Angela Yee out there, she did her little thing. Quad is necessary. People like her now. She's kind of like one of those things, like she's gonna work now, but I don't know if she's gonna bring her full life. And let me tell you why. It has nothing to do with this season, but we've heard the ladies come at her before and say, we really don't know your life. And now that we know what we know, Toya say none of these hoes be telling their real life. They be capping. She told Dr. Eugene, don't compare me to women that don't even have the courage. Listen to this. It went over y'all's head, but it didn't go over mine. She said, don't even compare me to the women that don't even have the courage to be themselves around their husbands. They can only be themselves and act a damn fool and have fun when their husbands are not around. And I think she was talking about Mimi, Dr. Jackie. She said you too, Brandy. And you and her made up. And Contessa. That's who I think she was talking about. Tamara says Quad always brings it. But that's all I have, y'all. Let me open up the lines and see if y'all just want to put a little stank on it before we get off. Cecil. Child. You said Mimi, but they're all doctors. It's called Married to Medicine. You see what I'm saying, Nat TV? So she doesn't have to keep the frame because they what's going to happen is she going to find herself like Married to Medicine in Los Angeles off the show. If Mimi wants to be on the show. Now, Mimi, you did cut, what's her name? Sweet Tea off at the knees to get on here. That's the only reason Bravo brought you. They don't care about you being prim and proper. Now, I'm not getting on you, Mimi, but I just want you to understand this machine and the beast. They brought you on because you did some dirty work against Sweet Tea. They're expecting you to perform. That's the only reason they brought you on. I'm sorry. They don't really care about prim and proper. And me and my husband would never. No, girl, you earned your spot. But you got down and dirty, and that was kind of dirty what you did. You tried to diagnose Sweet Tea as having a mental health. And Bravo was like, oh, shit, wait a minute. To hell with Dr. Greg, who is Mimi. Shit, if we can get Mimi to get in here and call these just crazy, we may have something. That's why you're there. Don't forget it. And listen, it just may be eating you up in your fucking spirit. How you did her. So now you want to reel it in and clean it up. Girl, it's too late. You've enjoyed the fruit from the tree. You've enjoyed the seeds of the fruit. Well, you've enjoyed, the seeds you planted, you've enjoyed the fruit. So now you got to deal with the repercussions of it.
Wow.
You going to have to dance, baby, dance. And I think you know, Mimi, that people saw that. Now, they ain't really talking about it, but we saw it. And I think you're course correcting or overcorrecting to make sure we don't ever talk about it. But in order for you to stay, you're going to have to play. Mimi, we talk about this every Wednesday on our corporate segment. If you're going to stay, you better play. That's all. I'm going to drop the link in the chat. Toya is about to rise to stardom in a minute. Y'all better quit sleeping on Toya. In a minute, Toya's about to do her big one. I think she's already, I don't know. And I love it for her. And she earned her spot. Toya was bullied for a number of years for simply being a woman who was loved and appreciated by her husband. Tell the truth, we all did it. Not most of us. Well, a lot of us. We kind of picked on Toya as a woman that's not appreciating her husband. A woman who just likes to sit on her behind and spend his money. People had a problem with it. And the whole time we didn't know that lady was working her butt off. Somebody said, I like Toya. Her honesty is refreshing. And it's appropriate. Like she knows when to get into it. She knows when to pull back. Toya is one of the women that's confident with herself. She don't give a damn. And I like that. I said what I said. That's her attitude. It don't matter if y'all gang up or not. It ain't going to change what I got going on. And I like that about her. She's solid. You can always tell when they're solid. They're not folding under pressure. She has not folded under pressure. When she had a problem with Quad, she didn't give a damn that the group invited Quad back in. I don't like her. I don't like what she did. She going to have to earn her way. I like how she carries herself. You said how long? 6 months to a year? I think it's already in the making. I think Bravo liked what she put out. You got to remember, they probably filmed 6 months ago. So the production company, Bravo's, the people in the meetings are figuring out how they can push her to the forefront. I think they recognize they have something. Now, Toya, somebody sent me something about Toya on TikTok. Let me see if I can find it. Here's the problem, Toya. Sorry, y'all. Hold on. You're going to have to learn how to manage yourself so that your strength doesn't become your weakness. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. And the reason why I say that is because Toya, I didn't like how you pushed Anila's hand away from you. That was aggressive. That was uncalled for. Especially when you picked a fight with her on that show. Y'all get what I'm saying? You picked a fight with her on that show. You got her kicked off. You weren't nice to her. And for whatever reason, you apologized. You did apologize. And now y'all are friends again. Now, I know Toya says, listen, as Black women, we have to get used to being luxurious and having these beautiful relationships with men. And it's okay for them to take care of you. And my husband did that. And I paid small bills. But when I got my money starting to come in, I took over. I like that. Because you should shift in the relationship based on what's happening in the finances. You should not have to pay because you're a woman. If you're outperforming him, it's okay to put $500,000 down as the down payment and he does the mortgage and y'all make that y'all's own. You don't want your husband to struggle just because you're a woman, right? But you're a little, there's a couple, you've done some shit in your friend groups that you've constantly had to apologize for. You did it to Anila. I think that's her name. Did y'all see when she pushed her hand away? That was real aggressive. Not nice. And you say, go get me a tissue. Hold up, bitch. See, Anila is the right personality you need around you, but don't take advantage of it. That's all I'm saying. Because, baby, they got you clocked on TikTok. And you came on. I'm going to share it with y'all. I don't know what she's talking about, but apparently they say she went off on one of her friends. Let's see if we can follow. Give me 1 second. Here we go. Here we go. We're going to follow this link and listen to Toya.
I'm gonna give y'all a heads up. So my spirit ain't been right. After this past Sunday, I did a live with my homegirl Lisa, and I've been watching that video, and to be honest with y'all, let me tell you, it just wasn't right. It wasn't right for a multitude of reasons. Number one, after watching the episode,
Uh-oh, sorry, y'all.
I'm gonna give y'all a heads up. So my spirit ain't been right. After this past Sunday, I did a live with my homegirl Lisa, and I've been watching that video, and to be honest with y'all, let me tell you, it just wasn't right. It wasn't right for a multitude of reasons. Number one, after watching the episode, it just didn't sit right in my spirit. And I snapped out on my homegirl Lisa really early on in the video, and then it wasn't even funny. You know, and Lisa, I owe you an apology, and I'm doing it live because the video was live. And Lisa has no clue that I'm doing this. And so I just want to say to Lisa publicly, girl, that I am sorry. I should not have cursed at you because that was not cool. It was not for you. It was just misguided frustration. You and I both had just watched the episode, and it just tore me up to even watch the episode. And to be honest with you, it was tearing me up. Then it's tearing me up now. So I just want to say I'm sorry. I'm gonna give y'all a heads up.
Okay.
So my spirit ain't been right.
That was Toya apologizing to her friend. Did y'all see the live that she's talking about? Because according to Toya, she had done a live with her friend named Lisa. And she was cursing and probably sounds like being extremely disrespectful towards Lisa. And Toya, you've done it to Anila too, and I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like to see you can't if you can't get along with people, get rid of them. But you can't stay around and try to bulldoze them. You get what I'm saying? And you say she doesn't even know I'm doing this. Okay, you need to call her and make that right, Sweet Pea. Now, the good thing is at least you're doing it, but you know, that's public humiliation for her, whoever Lisa is. It was big, but it don't take away the pain. Yes, it's big of her. But I always tell people, focus on all parties involved. And just because she apologized doesn't take away the humiliation and the embarrassment and the shame that her friend may have felt. You see what I'm saying? Because other people have feelings too. And Toya did that publicly. And she came back. It was Lisa Nicole. Okay. She came back and she apologized. But shit, when you start disrespecting your friends like that, it leaves the public to come up with all type of perception. You can never take the moment back. Simone said this makes Toya more real. She always keeps it real, but when she goes too far, she knows how to apologize. The point is, stop going too far. I need you to stop going too far with your friends. You're going to have to get in there and dig deep and be a good friend. Be consistent. You knew you were coming off the heels of the show. You knew you were emotional. Don't fucking do the live. Don't do the live, girl. Lisa, friend, not tonight. Because the way I'm listen, it's your responsibility to manage yourself. No excuses. And I'm glad she came and all of that. But at the same time, listen, you can't keep going off on somebody and apologizing and apologizing. Now, I ain't going to stay on it too long. Don't do the live. That's it. That's all. That's all I got, y'all. That's all I got. Thank you, Corey. Corey said, that's true. Yeah, you know you in a fucking bad mood. Listen, I'm in a bad mood. I'm not coming on live. Because, baby, ooh, you might get it. You might get it. You might get a side of me that you like, For real, for real. So I'm not coming on live. And don't think because I'm not on live, I'm in a bad mood. But I'm not purposely coming on live if I'm feeling some kind of way. You get what I'm saying? Thank you. Just chilling. You say you have to learn from your mistakes. If you keep repeating and apologizing, you're no different than Heavenly. That's all I'm saying. You too grown to be cursing out your fucking friends now. Look, I don't know. You said she's definitely going through something. Her heart, her eyes tell the story. She broke down and cried. All that anger while living the life she wants to live. Something isn't. We talked about that the other night. Now, I gave my thoughts on it. I don't want to put it out there, and I'm not going to say it again, but just go back and watch Party in the Chat. Go watch Party in the Chat. So that's why, Toya, I mean, you've had a run of being really mean to your husband for a number of years, tearing him down, talking about his weight, emphasizing you better take that biscuit out your mouth and bloop, 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 and all of that. And sometimes doing it to friends, right? Talking about his penis. It ain't good enough for you, all of that. You know what'll fuck you up? If you find out that somebody likes it, somebody else likes it, that little small Mr. Goodbar. Now that could cause somebody's eyes to be sad. You find out that a rich woman's trash is a poor woman's treasure. That's all. So you got to be careful. The same thing. Thank you, E-Boogie. I said that. They got a secret, her and Eugene. I think so too. And that pain in your eyes is real. We just trying to figure out what the hell is going down and what's going on. I would too, Valerie. You said even if she embarrassed me and accepted accountability, I would still feel some kind of way. Because don't you ever fucking think you're going to snap off on me as a grown woman and I'm going to sit on that live. Girl, first of all, I would have dropped myself down. Don't ever play with me like that. I'm not above it. Because if other women work hard enough to not disrespect you and you open up your mouth and disrespect your friend and your friend ain't, you knew you was in the bed. You know you and Dr. Eugene having tough times. Stay away from the lives. Like we tell Heavenly, stay away from the lives. She said he had a small Mr. Goodbar. But you know what? And she's tearing him up. And what we hinted at on the last live is, listen, you got to be careful. Because somebody can take something that you play like you don't want and piece it together and love on it properly, even if it's considered adultery or having an affair. Somebody, you got to be careful. Y'all are saying Dr. Heavenly's showing up better this year. Because she's not full-time anymore. So you took it for granted. Now you're really engaged. You took it for granted. When you were full-time, you was in everybody else's business. Now you have a fake-ass moment with Dr. Damon and put your head on his heart as if you was crying for your child. Girl, I was embarrassed for you. That was horrible. That was horrible. And then you tell him, can you make him talk to me? And I'm glad Dr. Damon said, no. I'm going to respect his decision. What that means is you're a Tasmanian devil in your house. And your husband is not going to use his parental powers to manipulate his son. on your behalf. You wanted your husband to get in the dirt and manipulate his son. And he said, I'm not going to do that to him. As a man, I am not going to do that to him. I'm not going to bring him back in this house for you to abuse him, because that's what it sounded like you did. Some of y'all are hooping and hollering, ripping and running in your home, just abusing the fuck out of your family members and thinking this shit is normal because you only got one mama. And then you come out on social media and do the same shit. I know how you act in home based on how you act on social media. Dr. Heavenly or anybody else. Kat say, do we think it's healthy for a son to see their mom call? Call? To see their mom call. Huh? Do we think it's healthy for a son to see their mom call? I don't understand. I'm not following. I think he does, Apple. I think he agrees with his son's decision. And he's going to enforce it by not intervening. He needs to leave, because let me tell you something. You remember when Dr. Mimi had her, they had the scene with their special needs son. And although we enjoyed that aspect of it, that's beautiful to see, because a lot of people have that dynamic in their home. They have special needs kids. She was able to talk about how they sent them to camp and the resources that they used. That was extremely helpful. We saw her son, Stevie, in his natural self. And a part of that is he hit his sister. He struck his sister, and then his father intervened and was like, you don't do that. Da 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 da. We love that. And then at the end, they told the little girl, hug him. And then that was the only, that's when I raised my church hand and I said, hello, I think y'all did a wonderful job. May I make a recommendation? In the future, when boys strike little girls, be it their brothers, classmates, or anybody else, can we become consciously aware where we're not asking the little girl to hug the boy? We're doing it in love, but we're also setting a standard subconsciously. So when they go out into the world, we don't even want her to be adjacent to think that she owes anybody any type of affection if they strike her. Because if a little boy in her class hit her, we wouldn't be asking her to give him a hug. So we have to make sure we're not confusing kids, right? Even when it's their own family members. Why am I saying that? I like the fact that Dr. Damon, in his own masculine way, didn't reinforce toxicity. You probably cursed that boy out, according to you, and disrespected the fuck out of him in that house. And now you want your husband to get involved and manipulate his feelings in the relationship, the maternal relationship, watch this, some fucked up shit, between mama and son, and make him call you. No. Because what Dr. Damon, if Dr. Damon does what you want him to do, that would be sending the message to your son that it's okay for any woman to treat him that way. You can't have it both ways, baby. You can't have it both ways. And I'm glad he told your ass no. And I think you be talking to them real crazy. I want to find that clip. Damn. If I can't find it, we out of here. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Let me see. She said, I just be trying. No, you don't. Y'all don't think you be trying to love nobody because you repeat the same freaking mistakes with your castmates, where you'll say the craziest things to them and then holler about you sorry and then double down about somebody's dead mama. Diabolical. And the only reason why y'all give her a pass is because she has doctor in front of her name. And we are striving for Black excellence. Ain't nothing excellent about that to me, but that's just my thoughts. That's just my thoughts. That's why I don't like Dr. Heavenly. Sorry, not sorry. And then I want to just show this clip real quick. Hold on. This is with Dr. Heavenly. She sat down with Carlos King and she really was pissed off at Toya. She said she didn't like the fact that Toya brought up her son. Why? Your son is a grown-ass child. He not off limits. We found out on social media. So now we supposed to roll out the red carpet to you and steer away from making you uncomfortable when you've done horrible things and have said horrible things about people on the show? Girl, bye. Like Vonda say, girl, bye. Get the hell up out of here. If anything, I ain't gonna lie. I would run straight to you if I was Toya. I would run straight to you. I would purposely bring up your son on camera, your adult son who had a run-in with the police. And I'm gonna get into that. Let's take a look.
Things that came up in this episode was Toya did bring your name up.
Okay.
She said how Heavenly has been nicer now because of what's been going on with her son. She said that there's somebody named Damon Jr. that was caught up with something with the cops. That she just left it at that. And she said that, you know, that's the reason why you have been nicer lately. And she also was.
That's a good point. Look at Heavenly, looking like the devil at the bottom. That's a good point because I thought perhaps because she's a friend of the show. But according to Toya, nah, she got her ass handed to her. She's embarrassed now. We finally got a piece of her effed up life, her real life, and it's humbled her in real time. So you see a different version of her because she's embarrassed. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? That's a good point. Let's continue.
Was worried, not worried. She also said that was one of the reasons why you didn't show up to the new cast members event.
Do you think that was the reason I didn't show up? Carlos, you know better than anybody. Is that the reason I didn't show up, Carlos?
You tell us. Shit, Carlos wasn't there, but let's hear it.
Tell me if that's the reason I did not show up. But my whole thing is this. This is me. Don't put your mouth on my son. Ever. You see what I'm saying? Because she said a whole lot more than that per quad. That's what they showed. And so when you see me tell her what I tell her, you're going to know why. Because don't put your mouth on my.
What she say? You now listen. Normally your mouth is big as Atlanta. What she say? Because normally you'll tell it. You'll read a hoe for filth. What she say, girl?
My son ever. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Oh, you girl, what she say? Because you will tell us everybody else business. You know about Cecil and Simone. You know everybody else. What she say about your son?
I've been very nice. I've been nice as hell. Yes.
When? What year have you been nice?
I have. But I can be, you know who I am, Carlos. And to me, I don't give a damn what I'm running for, what I'm trying to do. Put your mouth on my.
Well, that's crazy to me because you're going to have to reel it in based on what you're running for and what you stand for. And maybe Toya was right. You shouldn't be seated in office if you don't have the capacity to reel yourself in, even when it comes to your son. They're going to say a lot about your whole family. They're going to investigate a lot. Take public office and see how they start digging. Girl, you can't even come to YouTube without voyeurs, people that like watching, doxing you. Run for public office and tell me.
On my son, and all bars break loose because it's a lot out there that people don't know about her and her husband.
We know. Don't we, Palace? Didn't we say it the other night? Didn't we say it? Listen, let me tell you something. We're rarely wrong. We just be early about people. Didn't we say it here first? That we have a funny feeling and a sneaky suspicion that Dr. Eugene and Toya may be cheating in the next room. Girl, we know.
And they everything. So, but my whole thing is, you know what? I'm running for Congress, District 13, bring me back. But anytime you bring up my child, even though he's 28 years old, he's 27 then, don't do it. Err on the side, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. You see what Cardi B did to that girl that put her name on her child.
What'd she do to a girl?
Don't talk about my child. And my child is grown. Yes, he is. He is that. But he's still my baby. Don't touch that. Don't touch that. Leave it alone, Toya. You go too far.
Girl.
You know what I'm saying?
Girl, okay.
But anyway, because she said a lot more than that, and Quad basically told me everything she said.
Okay.
But I'm glad that's all they put on television.
Okay. All right. Toya, she said you better be quiet before she tell your business and what y'all got going on. But we not shocked. It ain't nothing she can too much say. And like Kat said from Bravo Rex, well, that'll be a bad idea if you start airing out who's cheating. That's what I want to know. How did Cardi get into it? I don't know if they have an open marriage because we would have heard about it. Come on, rusted soul. Watch this. Think about it out loud. If they have an open marriage, we would have heard about it. Somebody would have told, right? Because it's open. And once you open things, you can't contain them, which means you no longer can control who says what, or who does what. So I think you're close, but I don't think it's open. But somebody may have been open. And when she said, you and your husband, I don't think she's talking about Toya. Heavenly love to come for husbands. Heavenly loves coming for husbands. So Dr. Eugene may not be so clean. Y'all get what I'm saying? Allegedly. But we figured that out the other night because Toya is carrying too much pain. Toya carrying too much pain. Toya's breaking down in real time. At that party, Toya could not control herself about people whispering about her marriage. And typically she's a little bit more buttoned up. She couldn't shake that off. And it pissed her off that he gets the clean reputation while she's left carrying a bag of being a bitch when he may be the one who got something going on the side. Wouldn't that piss you off as a woman? Here I am, been carrying the everybody calling me a bitch and I'm doing this and that when you the one that's cheating. Hell no. And then we have a party at the house and you won't even get up and be a leader in the house and help me. You got all these people thinking that I'm this and this and that. And everybody just love you. And then you gonna tell me what another woman is. Don't you ever bring up no other woman in this house. That's all I'm saying. Y'all better use your brain. Well, welcome, Kat. What are your thoughts?
Hey, Queen. Hey, Palace. Listen, I'm just saying Heavenly didn't make it known that he wasn't cheating. Heavenly has made it known this whole time that he's daddy and she's just his sub, right? Like submissive. And the more I read, the more I learned about this dynamic. And according to what I read, that what daddy says is what what daddy says, right, is what daddy goes. So he could be cheating, he could be doing whatever he wants. That's it. That's all. That's
All right. Well, thank you for coming up, Kat. She said, that's it. That's all. Thank you, Kat.
Anytime, Queen.
That's Kat, y'all. Kat said, listen. She talking about Heavenly and Dr. Damon. That's what she's talking about. Hold on. Somebody asked me a question. Thank you. It's not open. I don't think it is. I don't think they would be that sloppy. Eugene is in the medical field and it's adulterous. I don't think Toya and Eugene sat down and said, and I could be wrong, it's too risky, but I do believe there's some infidelity. Now, Somali said, that's what I saw. In my opinion, Eugene is not cheating. Probably because in your opinion, watch this, and you could be right, you could be wrong. He don't look like a cheater. He don't carry himself like a cheater. He does and says all of the right things. So it would be hard to imagine it. Period. I'm not saying he is, but I'm saying don't look at Eugene. Look at the woman with the tears. And you have to ask yourself what's going on with her. Why she's so defensive about her relationship after 12 years on a show. She's tired of people talking about her. Why did she ask the other ladies to leave? Who said, you don't talk to him like that? Why is she upset? And why is she triggered by the fact that he would put himself against her and align with another woman? Welcome, Tosa, Queen Tosa. What are your thoughts?
Hi. Thank you so much for having me. Hello, panel palace. I was just going to say that, first of all, Heavenly is a gutter snipe straight up out the hood. I mean, you can take the girl out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the girl, and there's nothing wrong with it. She just needs to learn how and when to turn it on and to turn it off, right? Dr. Damon, her and her situation with him. Oh, I didn't know. They lie too much. And when you talk about politics and things like that, I see why she wants to get into politics so she can continue to lie, allegedly. Now, Toya Bush, that woman is very much so fabulous. She has a reliable income of her own. She can pay her own bills. What Dr. Eugene does is just a bonus. It's like, baby, you done built the house. I'm the beams to it. You go out there, you make your stuff, and you come on home. And I feel like she's a dedicated wife. I feel like a lot of the ladies can learn something from her. When it comes to Ashley Darby, I wish Ashley would just really come out and just really be herself. I don't know why she's playing with these men, playing in their faces like she's into them. If you really think about it, I feel like if Ashley could have it her way, she would be another Brittany Grinder. She would transition and she would be the man in her relationship because she likes to wear the pants, allegedly. Now, Charrisse should be very thankful for the check that she's got. Listen here, girl, if your son was hooking up with her, be proud of him. I don't know a mother that is going to be upset that her son scored with a woman. You see what I'm saying? Like, did you want him to be with a man or something? Like he's hey, get in where you fit in. But use protection. That's all I have.
Oh, thank you, Queen Tosa, for coming up.
All right, have a great day on purpose.
Okay, you too, and Happy New Year. Y'all nasty. Ooh, Mary. From 227. Look, ooh, Mary. I don't know. It's a lot. Y'all are really. Okay, let me ask you this. Would y'all be happy that your son knocked off your friend? Nat says Queen Sheba is reading the room in these shows. All you got to do is listen and watch because it don't make sense for her to be crying like that. We didn't even know she put over $500,000 down on the home. We didn't even know she makes as much money as she does. So for me, I don't know about other women. Y'all be focused on these men. Y'all male identified up in here. I don't give a damn about them men. I be focused on my sister girl. Why is my sister girl crying? What you did to her? Why she yelling at you like that? I'm not saying. Yeah, y'all Eugene would never. You don't know what he would do. She yelling and hollering for a reason. Because let's just talk about it. Financially, socially, most of them are in a better position than us. They got the money. They got the kids. They have the American dream. He's a working father. He's a doting husband. She can help him. What's the problem? What she cry? Why your wife crying? Why your wife tell you don't curse at me if you don't want me cursing at you? I'm just saying. So yes, I do be reading the room because it don't make sense. It's nothing to cry about. That's all. Valerie said, I would not be happy my son is messing with one of my friends. I don't think she's competing to be the man in her relationship. I think he flipped the house upside down. I think it could have, listen, he flipped. First of all, we can't condemn her for having earning power, right? Are you talking about money or are you talking about her persona? Before I jump in. Mama V said, I would want to know my son's business. Exactly. And that's why I call Ashley raggedy, because he didn't tell his mama. Why would you go do some shit like that? You get what I'm saying? Next time, talk to him about it. And you did it for a moment, just like you did with Josh. The only one that she didn't play with was Michael Darby. Because Michael had the money. Michael, China telling what Michael had Ashley doing. Let me be quiet. Y'all say, don't do my son. Oh, y'all messy in these comments, calling daddy shark teeth. Why are y'all so mean? Why y'all call that man shark teeth? Now I'm gonna have to go look at his teeth. Why are y'all so mean? Michael, that's Juan's boyfriend. That was Juan, Dixon's man, allegedly. I'm just saying, he listen, I love me some him. I never loved this way again. Michael was visibly upset when he found out that Juan was going to be walking down that aisle. He did not like it. He did not approve of Juan renewing his vows, period. But I picked up on that, but y'all wasn't ready for that type of commentary, so I left it on the cutting room floor. I did not. I was like, wait a minute. And Juan enjoyed Michael. He enjoyed his company. Weren't they talking about going on a trip together? Now, why the two of you would sneak away when you got two beautiful, lovely wives? What's going on here? That's, you know what, Sarah? Thank you. Not only did he feel some kind of way, he said it would not happen. Like Ayanna Van Zandt. Not on my watch. Not on my watch. I think, well, I better be quiet. That's it. That's all I got, child. I was about to go in on something, but I think I've given enough. I think we've had enough. We've done enough today. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. You said he was trying to trick off. I think he did trick off. But, you know, that's a whole other conversation, child. That's a act right. I'm trying, Brandon. I'm trying. But listen, I think Ray Charles could see the chemistry between Juan and Michael. And Juan, when Michael, listen, Juan, I never saw Juan so lighthearted and smiled and happy and infectious. That's all I'm saying. Let me see if there's anything. That's all we got. I think it's a good time to stop. I think we've done a really good job today. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate you. Thank you, everybody that called in and came up. Happy New Year's to everybody. You said not lighthearted. All positive, right? He was lighthearted. That's all we got. So thank you, everybody. We will see you around these YouTube streets, maybe a little bit later, members only. I think we're going to have a nice coming together, members only, for like 10 or 15 minutes. And Somali's going to lead us in that. So stay tuned. I'm going to post that. I will see y'all behind the wall. Ooh, they behind the wall again. They behind that wall. right. So look, Sugar Easton, if you have a problem with anything I can do that I do over here on my channel, you can click the link. It amazes me how y'all wait till you think I'm gone or I'm sleeping. You drop shit in the chat where I can't come and explain. But here's the link. This is for you. Go ahead and click it and walk it down. Walk it down. I'm really having an issue with your colorism because it doesn't matter. It's my opinion. It's my commentary. But let me give you an opportunity to come up. Let me give you an opportunity to come up. I'm not going to even defend it, but if it bothers you that much, let's talk about it. Because obviously that's all, according to, that's all you hear. And when something bothers you, either you purge it, you leave it alone, or you come up and have a conversation. I'll give it a few seconds. I'll give it, but my opinion is my opinion, period. Everybody, I'm not here to cater to anybody. I'm going to say some stuff you don't like. And if it bothers you that much, then you got to figure out what's the best solution for you. But I want to make sure that I hold a little bit of space for you so you can come up. Yeah, I'm going to continue to. I'm going to continue to make a lot of color statement opinion. So I shouldn't stop because you're bothered. I shouldn't say what I want to say and my opinion, because you don't like it. But maybe you, it's just, I'm here if you want to come up. I know they all do. They do that a lot. We've been here for almost 2 hours. We've been here for 2 hours. I want to be fair though. I want to be fair. That's why I listen, let me post the link one more time. Who drives? Exactly. A whole full-blown sentence. All you have to do is click. You can pull over. I'll wait. Because were you driving and texting? Because that was a long statement. 2 of them, especially when you're driving. That's pretty dangerous. See? That's 1. That's 2. Y'all, none of y'all should be texting and driving. Not that much. Because that's scary. Y'all, my dogs are out there acting up. Bad. Okay, so my studio won't let you in. I'm still live. You said, dang, I was like, where Queen She? I'm always here. Let me go get my dog. Shout it and got out the damn gate. That's God telling me to pull back. That's all right. Don't worry about it, sugar. But if you can always listen. Y'all don't wait till I click off. I open the line all the time. You can say what you want, but I'm here if you ever want to confront me on something you don't like. Always feel free to click that link and come on in. All right. Thank you, everybody.